is up, everybody? Welcome back to Macho Movie Madness.
Oh, yeah.
I am Brandon. Alongside me always is Andrew. Today, we have got a different kind of review.
Yes, we do.
We are doing the review of Little Nicky, Adam Sandler movie from 2000. A little different for what we normally do. We don't normally do comedies.
Yeah.
But we figured...
We kind of got in a Sandler mood after y'all made us do that versus between Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison.
Right. This isn't really like a Why We Love. It's on a Warehouse B. You would mention something about, movies that are more maligned.
Yeah.
We're thinking, stuff like Batman Forever. This one's a pretty good example. Things that maybe people didn't care for.
That we like.
Maybe they weren't as bad as you remember.
Yeah. So total disclosure, we're probably going to like this movie before we get into the review.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not to say that Batman Forever was a bomb, because I think it was fairly successful, but it's not looked back on as fondly as like a Michael Keaton Batman or Christian Bale Batman or something like that.
Except for Seal, of course. Baby!
Oh yeah, baby! This movie is something that most people don't really talk about. They talk Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, maybe I love The Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
They might talk Mr. Deeds, something a little bit, which he gets a little goofier as he goes into the 2000s and his style changes. The Waterboy's a big one. This was 2000. This is kind of at his peak still. And it really hit different.
Yeah, and even people who like Sandler during this period, this isn't on a lot of their favorites lists. So we thought it'd be fun to discuss. And, at the end of the review, but hopefully, you'll decide, hey, maybe I should revisit that and give it a chance.
Yeah. So just started out with the movie came out 2000, like I mentioned, end of 2000, November to be exact. Budget was around 80 to 85 million.
Wow.
And the box office brought in 58.3.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So kind of crazy. I'm guessing the effects and the star power, because there's a lot of people in this movie.
Yeah. And a lot of effects in this movie. Rodney Dangerfield has a supporting role. Alec Covert, Kevin Nealon, John Lovitz, Michael McKean, Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino is the blind guy. Yes.
We're all gonna die. Patricia Arquette, Harvey Keitel's the devil. Basic plot to this movie. Little Nicky, played by Sandler, is the son of the devil. One of three sons of the devil.
Yeah. The mild-mannered son of the devil.
Mild-mannered, kind of half retarded.
Shovel face. And to that point, he kind of gets on my nerves, and he kind of doesn't, though, with the way he talks because of his impediment.
Valerie. Yeah. Just real slow.
Yeah. But he's still endearing at the same time.
Yeah. Valerie. The story is he's in line to become, one of the siblings is in line to become the new devil.
Right. When
Harvey Keitel steps down. So now it's a fight to find out who's going to take over. And he stands up, everybody gathers around and says, for the next 10,000 years or whatever, I choose me. He's like,
which is a devil move.
It's a very devil move. And he's no one's ready. No one's ready to take over. I love Little Nicky's responses. He's like, oh, what is this? That's great. I mean, that sucks. Everyone looks at him. Yeah, because the brothers are wanting, obviously, this role. And what's the Zeus? The guy who plays Zeus.
Tiny Lister.
He's one of the brothers. And
the other one, the only other thing I know him from is the movie The Replacements with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he's the kicker.
He's the ole, 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 ole.
Yeah, and he's the kicker.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Reyes Afons.
If you say so, man.
You do, and you'll clean it up. He's Adrian, and then Cassius was Tiny Lister. Robert Schmeigel is also the voice of Mr. Beefy. We can't forget about Mr. Beefy.
Oh, what a great character!
Yes, Mr. Beefy.
Say Mr. Beefy.
Say Mr. Beefy, and I love you. I love there's a Dan Marino cameo.
Oh yeah, just let me win one Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's trying to sell the soul. He's like, I'm sorry, you're just too nice of a guy. I can't do that to you, Mr. Marino. Whatever, this sucks. He's like, I'll just do something. Everyone's like, that's the spirit. A lot of cameos in this.
John Lovitz being probably my favorite.
For sure, yeah. Now you're going to find out what it's like to meet a real horny bird in hell. So I guess without sitting here quoting the whole damn movie, people review this as a view this as a negative movie. So let's start off talking about kind of why we like it, and maybe get some positives and negatives. Do you want to go first, or?
Yeah, get the negatives out of the way. The CGI is very late 90s, early 2000s.
Right.
It doesn't hold up. I mean, it's not terrible. I've seen a lot worse. But if you want to nitpick a movie, then yeah, there's that. There's also the shameless shield for Popeye's chicken in this movie.
Yes, for sure.
It's everywhere. I didn't know what Popeyes was until I saw this movie. They didn't have it in our area.
Yeah, they still don't.
Yeah, you got to drive like an hour and a half from here to get it.
Yeah. I don't even know if there's anything that I truly dislike about the movie. It's just wild. But yeah, you're right. The CGI is pretty awful now. I've just always enjoyed this movie. I've never had too many cons. Even looking back, I can't think of really anything other than that would be a major con. As always, in almost every Adam Sandler movie, the soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah. Incubus and POD.
It's a little bit more geared towards us too.
Yeah.
Now, like every movie has good music from Sandler, like a lot of classic rock and stuff like that. But this is more metal because it's it's devil,
dealing with the
devil music.
And to that point, I like the two metalheads, the two stoner guys that are in all of his movies. Yeah. They crack me up. They end up in Nicky's bedroom at the end of the thing in hell.
Yeah. They're happiest that they've ever been.
Yeah.
Of course, like the Ozzy's the main. He's the one that everybody loves the most. And he makes an appearance too. He makes a cameo appearance. It's pretty awesome.
I did have, so if that's all we have that we didn't like, I wanted to talk about the things we did like. I actually thought the set for Hell was actually pretty cool.
I did too.
Yeah, other than the pillar of fire that served as the wall that they escaped from, which looks terrible on CGI, but
yeah, the backgrounds are kind of rough.
Yeah, but the actual set that they're in there was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I got to shove a pineapple up Hitler's ass at 4. I can't. Yes. Yeah, I like the plot. I like the plot of it's simple. It's just 3, and I know it paints hell in a better light, kind of, sort of, in a goofier light than it probably should be. But I think that's kind of the point, is just to make light of that, and maybe that's why it didn't go over so well, especially in 2000. I don't know. Maybe just was not. I don't know. Let me look and see what some of the controversies were, because other than Sandler's speech impediment, does he seem like he has to do something goofy with every movie he's in?
Yeah.
He looks goofy. His stupid hair
looks like an emo kid.
He does. I like most of the characters. They're just all outrageous.
Right.
They're all ridiculous that you would expect in a movie like this. Critical response to this movie by Rotten Tomatoes was an approval rating of 21%. 3.9 out of 10. Despite the presence of a large talented cast, the jokes in Little Nicky are dumb, tasteless, and not that funny. And Adam Sandler's character is grating to watch.
Which isn't entirely untrue.
And maybe if I watch this for the first time as a 36-year-old, it might hit different than watching it for the first time at 12.
Right.
We watch it 12, 13, 14 years old, and you're like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
And it just sticks with you.
I don't know. I watched it in my 40s the other night, and I was still laughing. And my wife, she thought it was just as funny as I did.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I think if you could just look at and not take it too seriously, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And it's something that he could still get away with in that time, in that age. Whereas if he done something like that now, I don't know if he could do it. Because he's not a young guy anymore.
No, he's not hip anymore.
I think I'm excited to see Happy Gilmore 2. They're supposedly going along with that. But I can see where that's a possibility, because it's golf.
Right.
But something like this, I don't think he could do anymore.
Yeah.
Comedian and former Mystery Science Theater 3000 host Michael J. Nelson named the film the worst comedy ever made. Come on.
Get out of here.
Come on. I've seen way worse.
Did you see the 2016 Ghostbusters movie?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
What's the one? Sausage Party? Like, there's bad movies out there, guys. Come on. This is not that bad. The Chicago Sun-Times gave the film a score of 2.5 stars out of 4, describing Little Nicky as the best Sandler movie to date, and Nicky character as intriguing, while at the same time lamenting Sandler's lack of finesse and focal quirks. 2.5 out of 4 is best Sandler movie. I don't even know, but that's weird. This is a blight on Sandler's filmography. Certainly never got this wild again, not in one of his own films at least. Oh my gosh, you guys, no, don't ever watch Jack and Jill. It's way worse than this. Way worse. Well, his character in, what's that, That a Boy? With That's My Boy? That's My Boy. Yeah, his character in that one's pretty wild too. Like, it's kind of bad. Yeah, you're right though. Jack and Jill's way worse. That's what turned me off of Sandler. Yeah. Big time. Yeah. Well, a lot of people didn't like that. Even with the Pacino in there. That might have made it worse. I don't know. Anything else that you want to talk about on this? What are your favorite hilarious parts in this movie? Well, the one I quote all the time, obviously, is the horny bird thing with John Lovitz. That's pretty funny. And then... I think it's great. Like, the kid gets in the way, and so he ends up calling the house. Yeah. Yeah. Move it, kid. Yeah. What else is there? I love the part where he's sleeping on the rocks and in between every breath. Everyone's running. And then when Mr. Beefy, the la 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 la. Yeah. I kind of like when when all of them are causing mischief around the city, and Adrian and Cassius are kind of wreaking havoc, and they do the church where they take over the priest. Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah. And the mayor. Yeah, and the mayor, so they can cause the riot basically. and no, the Lord didn't bless you with a child. Your brother, was it your brother or something or other? Yeah, blessed you with a child, and he did it all night long. hey. The Lord, yeah, he sure said a lot of hibbity, bibbity, schwibbity. And of course the Globetrotter game was good too. Yeah, that was good. It was the Globetrotters, right? Yeah. Right, yeah. Where they took over, and Dana Carvey was the ref that took over his body. Get that crap out of here. If any of you out there are listening to this and you don't like Little Nicky, if you've got a dark, humorous bone in your body, give this another chance. Yeah, if it's been a while, it's because it is definitely a dark comedy. Yeah, you've got to kind of be in that mindset, just total sarcasm to enjoy this movie. Yeah, maybe a little bit of juvenile. Hey, Valerie, can I wash my wig in your kitchen sink? I'm sorry. I also kind of like the twist where you find out that his mom was an angel. Oh, Reese Witherspoon. Reese Witherspoon was the angel, and they had some kind of heaven hell mixer party. Yeah, too many daiquiris. Too many daiquiris. She got wild and slept with the devil. She gave him the orb at the end, and when he used it to beat Adrian, it was Ozzy Osbourne. Right. It's pretty awesome, all in white. Ozzy. I love all the cameos in this movie. I mentioned Ozzy, I mentioned Marino, John Lovitz. Clint Howard. Clint Howard's nipples. He's Andrew / nipples. Yeah. It's like, Valerie Moran. She's two floors up. Thanks. Good luck with the whole nipple rubbing thing. Oh, I don't need luck. I'm good. You got the wrong window again, man. Oh, sorry, nipples. And then, Henry Winkler. He gets covered in bees. Twice. Yes. Covered Winkler in bees. Sorry, Harry. Sorry. Oh. Dude. And then playing Power Man 5000 as Adrian sits on that throne is the coolest shit. Yeah. The coolest shit ever. God, there was a lot of good ones. Let's see. Incubus, like you said, POD. Trying to find the other ones here. Linkin Park had a song in there. Muse, I think, was in there. Filter. Couple Deftones songs. Then you had like the Van Halen. You had AC/DC, Ozzy. like a shit ton. Foo Fighters, I think, was in there. And it was a Chicago song.
Oh, yeah. You play Chicago backwards?
Yeah. I command you in the name of Lucifer. What are some of your favorite moments?
Probably those, just like all the stuff where he's there in hell and all the stuff with Rodney Dangerfield and everybody. Kevin Nealon, I send him to my room.
Yeah. Sure thing, Pop. Tithead, go with my father.
Yeah. And then all the stuff on Earth with Mr. Beefy I thought was really funny.
Yeah. Fires that arrow from that hurt the both of us.
Yeah.
I read that in a beer magazine. I know there's not really a lot you could say about comedy. We always struggle with comedy reviews because it just seems like we're quoting them all the time. And I do. I definitely think this is one of those movies where it probably got too harsh a criticism. I kind of get for the time why, but I think there's a good enough fun story here if you don't want to take anything too seriously to go back and watch it and give it another shot. And I'm always going to vouch for this movie.
Yeah.
It's a quotable movie. It's got a good soundtrack, like I said. Tons of people. And, I don't know. It obviously didn't ruin anybody's career.
Right.
Even though it didn't make any damn money. So, and I just don't ever understand
why some things are a bomb.
The only thing I can think of, and I read this, it came out around the same time Charlie's Angels did. So its opening weekend, it made less. It was still behind Charlie's Angels. And I don't know how long it had been out that time.
Yeah, it was a big movie, I think.
Charlie's Angels was pretty big at the time. So maybe that's part of it. Just bad timing. But I don't know. Really, it's not any worse than anything else he's done. So it's just kind of like, I don't really understand necessarily why
it fell so flat.
It fell so flat. I can understand not being one of the more popular ones, but it just, making a lot of money. It all was crazy to me. And why, I kind of understand, and maybe the effects, but I kind of understand why it costs so much money to make.
Right.
Is there anything else you want to say about this one?
No, I think we pretty well covered it. It's just one of those movies that I've always enjoyed, and most people you talk to just don't care for it. So it's funny, me and Brandon being friends, we both absolutely just love this movie and laugh at it. We quote it at work.
All the time.
Yeah. And we thought we'd do a review on it. You want to do Batman Forever next?
We should.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. We should get a list of these kind of movies that most people would pan and then go through and see. Yeah. Batman Forever would be the perfect one. That's what we'll do next. So depending on when this review drops, we've got a couple verses that will be out there. We've got
a little Keanu Reeves action.
Yeah, John Wick versus The Matrix. And then there's another one too.
John Carpenter's Apocalypse. Two of his Apocalypse movies against each other. Yeah,
we're doing Prince of Darkness versus In the Mouth of Madness.
Yes.
Yeah, which is really cool. And be on the lookout for that review too, because we're going to do In the Mouth of Madness very soon. It's probably going to be dropping around very close to the time this drops.
Yeah.
So now that that's all out of the way, thank you all so much for watching.
We're out of here.